What's going on, fellas, and welcome back to the Director of Football, Journeyman on Football Manager 2020. You may be looking at this and thinking, but Foggy, your last episode ended 2 days ago in game. Game finished on the 17th of July. It's currently the 19th of July. You may be thinking to yourself, is the La Equidad game that important that you're back for it? No. It's not that important. The reason we are back is because we have decided to move clubs. We are joining Chilean giants Colo-Colo. 325k. It surely will spark heated debate. Colo-Colo not having the fantasticest of seasons. But I feel like we could push them up the table. They're about halfway through their season. Stadium 47,017 capacity, built in 1975, so a slightly older stadium than the one we had in Colombia. We do, however, have exceptional training facilities, excellent youth facilities, and excellent training and youth facilities, exceptional youth recruitment. We do, however, have a vacant director of football job or position. So if the 4-2-3-1 is what they think, I don't know. We'll have to have a look. But what they want us to do is play attacking football, which is what we are good at. Sign high reputation players. I'll have no control over that. It's going to be my director of football. They want us to expand the stadium. I know a lot of people talk about how this doesn't really have anything to do with the manager. I think this is one thing that we shouldn't really be involved in. It's up to the board in the end if we expand the stadium. I could walk in first day and say, expand the stadium. If they say no, they could just say no constantly for 5 years. What am I can't force them to expand the stadium. They also want us to work within the wage budget, which generally my director of footballs have been quite good at doing. They want us to be competitive in the Copa Libertadores. We're out of the Copa Libertadores and the Copa Sudamerica. So I don't know if that's going to be an issue. They want us to challenge for the title. We're currently sitting mid-table. The Copa Chile and Super Copa, not important. They want us to win the title every season after this one. So we do need to make sure that we get in there punching. Instantly, there is a transfer thing that pops up. Astora, is he coming? No, he's leaving. A decent centre back, looks like he's leaving, who has played, by the looks of it, every game so far. Absolutely no interest in signing a new contract. Why is that now, my friend? Because you're transfer listed. Fair enough. I wouldn't want to sign a contract with a club who didn't want me either. We have a youth intake preview. When is the youth intake? I'll have to check that. At least one goalkeeper is looking like a good or great prospect, One young Chilean goalkeeper from Independencia has caught the eye, so I'm guessing it's the same guy. The rest of it then, mediocre group players come through. That is fine. They want a challenge for the title. We do have a little bit of transfer budget as well, which is nice. And about 20 grand in wages. What could we get that up to if we... It's not really worth it, to be fair. So yeah, they want us to use the youth facilities, to be fair. Yeah. We are on an increased wage as well, might I add. We are getting paid 5k when we were originally getting 3,500 in Colombia. But the reputation has taken a bit of a knock again. It's down to 70%, even though this is a higher reputation club. As far as I'm aware, yeah, it's a 4.5-star club. We were at a 3.5-star club. But the league-wise, it's not gone well. 10th, sitting outside mid-table, but not terrible. We do have just got knocked out of the Copa Chile. We do need to turn form around. Fairly obviously did lose in the Copa Sudamerica, as I said, to Charo, and got knocked out of the Copa Libertadores group by River Plate and someone else. Were Universidad de Chile in the group as well? I did not realise that. Yeah, Universidad de Chile and current holders, River Plate, knocked them out previously. Now, they want us to play vertical tiki-taka, wing play, or fluid counter-attack. But they want us to play attacking football. I'll have a look and see what we have player-wise. And we will be back in the next part of this episode for our first game, which is, thankfully, in 4 days' time, against Deportes Iquique, who are currently 6th in the league. We will be back for that. Who was actually our top scorer? We don't have a goal scorer. Okay. So that's been the major issue so far. We don't have anybody scoring goals. And quite possibly our best centre-back is being stolen away by Braga. Delightful. Not an old squad though. Oldest player in the first team is 29. It's not terrible. Pretty much all Chilean as well. What's our the youth intake? When is that coming in? October. Still a bit of time. Under 19s, do we have anything? According to my assistant, who's not very good. Nothing jumping out at me straight away saying like we need to get this player in the first team now. But I'll have a look at them and see what if they're any good. There is some decent prospects here. Like this guy would need to. Yeah, I don't think he's not gonna make it. Maybe get rid of him. And save ourselves. Well, how much was that? Where are you? Save ourselves 180 quid a week. Just a thought. Anyway, we will be back in the next part of this video where we are going to be playing against the team I previously said. That team, the one I mentioned, Deportes Iquique. For the next. Well, we'll have a tactic as well, and we'll see what we're doing because we are in the middle of a transfer window, which means that we need to get a director of football in ASAP. So, back in a second. Right, fellas, back now for our first game in charge of Colo-Colo against Deportes Iquique. Yeah, perfect. Oh, said it in one. I have thrown together something resembling a tactic. I think I've picked the best players available for every position. As you can tell, different shirt. I have spent probably longer than I should have trying to sort this out. I'm going to set up a couple of different tactics. For now, we're just going to run with the one. It's a tried and true tactic. It is my 4-2-4 attacking. It works. It suits the players relatively well, sort of. We do have some issue. We have many issues, and I'll talk you through them. So, goalkeeper, we have Salinas, Ramirez, and Riviera. All of them meh. Salinas is the least meh of all of them. Right back, we don't have an awful lot. Saavedra is starting today because he is probably the best right back we have. He's not very good, as you can tell. Just not been very good recently. Zuniga is going to start at left back. He can only play 75 minutes. The player I'm going to be using as his backup is Coronado, who is actually a defensive winger. So we put him in at left back when needed. I am kind of hoping that Zuniga does better. Astorga is the best centre back at the club, without question. Might actually just play him as a central defender on cover because I don't really want him to do an awful lot of thinking. He is the best, but he's also not amazing. So he had an offer from O'Higgins and Braga. Both were accepted. The O'Higgins one got rejected afterwards because they didn't sign him before the end of the transfer window. And the one against Braga just appeared and said it's been rejected. So I don't know what's going on. Salaberry is a defensive midfielder who can play centre back, so he is going to, because we don't really have anything else. We don't have anyone who can actually play at centre back. He went to Napoli and played 5 games 6 years ago, and then we got him back for nothing. They did pay a hefty sum to take him on loan. We have Sanchez and Figueroa in central midfield. They are probably our strongest players? Question mark. If we played with DMs, we'd be fine, but then we'd only have one centre back, which would make it difficult because Pizarro is also a DM who can play centre back. He's probably going to have to until we get a director of football in. There's not an awful lot in this squad that is good. Funes Mori came in 3 weeks before I did. He came in on loan from Vélez. He looks pretty good, so he's going to start as an inside forward, because I don't think he's as good as an inverted winger with 10 crossing. Not really for me. Riquelme on the left is a decent player. Played 7 times for Chile, so he can't be terrible. He's got very good crossing, very good technique, and great stamina. So we're just going to put him up there. And then we get to the... Right, so Riviera has played 4 games in his career. I think he's the best striker at the club. The assistant agrees with me that Riviera is the best striker at the club. The only issue is all our strikers want to be advanced forwards, and none of them can really do anything else. So I'm going to get Luis Yara to be a deep lying forward today, because I was going to start Andres Munoz. Yeah. I was going to play him as a pressing forward. I don't know, he's not that good. He's only ever played 1 game. Maybe, I don't know. He'll be a good option from the bench. Guerra is an enganche who might actually end up playing as an enganche, because, like I said, striker issue. It's not great. He's another option I'm training to be a striker, because I think we're lacking strikers. They want me to play... Where is it? Navarrete. I don't think so. Don't think he's good enough, so I'm just not going to play him. Molina. He hates me for some reason. So, quite possibly our best central midfielder has a disliking for me, which is great. He's also suspended, so he can't play the first game regardless. He just doesn't like me, and I don't know why. Doesn't say why. Just checking the hierarchy. It's like he opposes me. Nobody likes me, but nobody. It's just him who opposes me. So that's the team we're going to put out for the game. For the game today. I think, as it stands right now, it's not a terrible setup. I hope. I don't think they're expecting. No, let's be quick. But we can't be competitive in the Copa Libertadores because the team's already been knocked out, lads. So, the only thing we're fighting in is the league, and that's probably good. So we are going to submit this team. They're playing against 7th. Fantastic. That is 3 points. Will put us into 9th. Oh, all these players, 5 of these 6, they came up from the under 19s. So we've raided the under 19s for players. Still couldn't find a central defender. It's just delightful. So we need to find a player, but many players, when we get a director of football, and put them into a team. I'm thinking this is the kind of formation I was originally considering, going with 2 DMs and having 1 central midfielder, or maybe 2 DMs, an attacking midfielder, and a striker, and just leave central midfield to someone else. Leave that be someone else's problem. And we should be no. like I said, the players aren't the biggest fans in the world of me, so I don't expect team talks to do an awful lot. Ricardo Riviera likes me. Well, he likes my team talk. That is a good start. I feel like the biggest issue is going to be I don't know how often these players would have played this formation. So I'm thinking the 4-2-3-1 mightn't be a bad idea, but instead of having the two in central midfield, drop them back to DM maybe. I don't know. But then, like I said, if we move to two DMs, that we lose both our backup centre backs, or like one starting centre back, one backup centre back, move forward, play as a DM, and that's not ideal. So yeah, we just have to wait and see what whoever the director of football ends up being. We need to see what they're going to bring in, because that'll make a huge difference. If they bring in utter trash, then we're screwed. But I'm just curious to see who comes in as director of football. Oh, what a goal by Sebastian Figueroa. Why am I having trouble saying that name? It was quite the thunderous volley. It looked like he was leaning back as well, so to be able to control that takes an awful lot of skill. And I did say he was probably one of the better players. Yara with the cross, and Riquelme gets a goal. Maybe this is the formation to use. Our wingers are having a bit of... Well, that wasn't... Yara is a deep lying forward, so... Still fantastic. We've come from behind. We've taken the lead. A highlight kickoff, or kickoff highlight. Not so sure. Oh! They almost scored an own goal. I've seen an awful lot more of that recently, where players are kicking it to the goalkeeper and the keeper's barely keeping it out. We are definitely defensively frail, because the two DMs that I was talking about as like our backup centre back are both 5'9". So, Juan Tapia turns and shoots on him. I'm going to ask for a bit of passion. The lads are doing decently well, but we have an awful lot of players that are quite young, haven't played too many games, and it's a fairly empty stadium. Riquelme gets it in, and was that Yara puts it wide. Sanchez not having a great game. I think maybe the Mazzella is too complicated. I might just have to play him as like a central midfielder, because he wants to be a DM, or not DM. He wants to be a deep lying playmaker, but he has like 11 passing and like 10 vision. So I'm definitely not going to play him as that, because that's just a terrible idea. Like 11 and 12, sorry. So like Mazzella wise, he's fine, but he's just nothing special. Like Sebastian, even though he's a central midfielder who is quite good on attack, he's quite good as a playmaker as well. So I don't know. But we're gonna go for the second half, having told the players that we're not overly happy with them. We're going to ask for a bit of creativity. I want to see what the attendance is, because I don't imagine it's an awful lot. We've managed to get the ball away, but it's poorly cleared by our inside forward, who for some reason is playing at right back. Yara has done his man, gets dispossessed, but Funes Mori gets it back in, and Yara gets another goal. Gets a goal. It's his first, but he adds to his assist from earlier. I think Riviera may need to come off, and may need to be soon. We are going to just play balls to the wall. Like, we're going to play attacking football, because why not? Yara, beautifully taken. Whips it across. Riviera. Alright, maybe Riviera doesn't come off. Maybe we have figured out a good tactic. Just we don't have defenders. That it's not the tactic that's causing us to concede. It's the fact that we don't have defenders. We have one centre-back who's good. The other centre-back is not. We play a very, very high line. So he's quick, but he's not very, very good at like the jumping part of football. It feels like a little and large kind of tactic we should be using with centre-backs. Going back to Arsenal in the Director of Football series last year, where we had 6'7" Stuart Dickinson for Arsenal, and we had 5'6" Chloe from Japan playing alongside him, and the two of them were fantastic. But little and large, as I am well aware, does not work the same way at centre back as it does with the strikers. But it's still fun to see a little and large partnership at centre back. They have a guy playing as a roaming playmaker. What do they think they are? Alright, there's another guy. You were meant to come off already, but I forgot. So you're going to come off now. Pizarro is going to come on for Salaberry. They're basically just interchangeable. I think we leave the final substitution for now. We definitely have major issues with goalkeepers. We have about 700 goalkeepers at the club. None of them are even remotely good at football. Savadra, Sanchez tries to put Murray through, but Murray gets it back, can't get the ball over, but picks it back up, back to Sanchez. Puts Murray through again. Back to Savadra. Murray shoots. Oh, he tries to chip the keeper. Doesn't go in. And I think it's time we make a change. Manoslav. Do I want to bring Manoslav on, or will I'll bring on Delgado. Don't remember what you want to do, but you're just going to go play as the deep line playmaker, because Sanchez is not having a great game. To be fair, I like the pressing we're doing. Why was that the guy we just brought on? Who? Where is he? Was number 40? Was it number 40? Or am I? Yeah, it was. Delgado literally comes off the bench and lets a player run away from him. Maybe he isn't a Mazzella. Maybe he's a playmaker. Oh god, we're going to concede again. No, thankfully they put it over. Still, alright, so just shy of 20k at the game. Looks an awful lot emptier than 20,000. It has to be said. Try to get shot through, it doesn't. Cornetto gets Figueroa through, but Raquelme picks it up again, dinks it across, gets cleared. Delgado dinks it out to Cornetto. Ricardo Riviera says, I'll be having a bit of that. Turns and shoots into top bins. Oh, get in. Camilo Delgado, beautifully taken to Cornetto. Why is Cornetto not giving the assist for that? It's our first game in charge of Colo-Colo. We are going to win 5-3. 6-3. Vicente Pizarro, the player I just brought on, who is tiny, as you can see. He's like 5'8" or 5'9". Is he 5'9"? 5'9". Comes off the bench and scores a header. Never mind that I said that he was too short to be a good centre-back. We've won our first game 6-3 against a team above us in the league. This episode is going to go on for ages. I have seen the length of time that I've been recording this part. I may have to try and edit some of this down because it is going to be long. Anyway, we've managed to win a game, which is fantastic. Delightful times. 6-3. An absolute worldly of a game in our first attempt. Has that made any difference? It hasn't. No, they're reserving judgment, which is fine, or not judging, which is delightful. Makes his debut. It's a couple of players made debuts. Riviera, you scored your first ever goals of your career, which is just what you want to see. Colo-Colo. Right, next game we are going to come back for is the... We only have 2 games in July. Okay. We will come back for the Ado Italiano. Adoro Italiano. And the Hachipato. So those 2 games in a month's time we will be back for. Hopefully we will be sitting somewhere in the top 6 at that stage. There's not a whole lot of games left. We have half the season now. We just played our first game in the second half of the season. We're picking a team in 6th. There's a team in 7th actually we play around the same time, isn't there? The game before. I think we still come back for the 2 games that I said. It'll be more interesting to get a bit further on and see how we get on against 2 teams, or see how we just get on in general, I suppose. We are the ones that were expected to win the league this year, so no, we're not anymore. Yeah, when I arrived we were expected to be the winners. I really want to get into Libertadores, the Copa Libertadores, because that's why I'm here. So we need top 4. We basically just need to win every game that's left and see what happens. So if you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Share with all of your friends. What else do I want you to do? Hit the bell. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!